Setting also plays an important part in storytelling. Therefore, choose your setting wisely when making your film. They don't need to be expensive locations since you are making and writing a low budget short film. Just choose locations within your budget, something that you can easily acquire that are suitable for your story, for your plot, and for your characters. The latter is quite essential as well because setting can really personify or represent the character's state of mind, for instance. So if your character, for example, the protagonist is lonely, you should then choose locations that personify or represent his mood. A good film I can recommend you see is Memento by Christopher Nolan because it's a good example of how you can utilize setting to a great extent to help tell the story visually and cinematically. For example, the protagonist Leonard, played by Guy Pearce, he suffers from some kind of amnesia which makes him forget things. He cannot remember a thing. So wherever he goes or finds himself in, there are some kinds of places like a motel in the middle of nowhere or a deserted factory, for example, that really personify or illustrate his state of mind perfectly well because he has memory loss, he feels lonely and isolated, and then the locations he finds himself in also mirror his mood, his predicament perfectly well. And that's why this film is quite a success considering its very low budget. This is just one of many great filmmaking techniques that the director used in his film Memento. That's how you can use all filmmaking techniques and skills to really help tell the story visually and cinematically without much dialogue. In this case, the setting. So try to think about the settings that you can easily obtain to make your next shot and how they can mirror your character's state of mind to a great extent to help tell the story visually and cinematically without having to use a lot of dialogue to help tell the story, because remember, film is a visual medium. So use the show don't tell technique as much as you can. Yeah, the more you can tell the story visually and cinematically, the better, because a good film should be able to tell the story, should be able to entertain the audience visually without dialogue, without sound. So keep this in mind as well.